What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Wiz, and we are playing for honor. Definitely, guys, check out my last video just to get the formalities out of the way. Leave a thumbs up on this video as well to show me support. Check out the last video. We did talk about my first impressions, my thoughts on For Honor on the closed beta, and my general overview of the game so far that I've played, and I'm loving the game. So definitely check out that last video to see all the heartfelt love that I have for the game right now. Definitely going to probably be my 2017 game of the year so far. It's a definitely solid game, so definitely check that video out for sure. So let's get right into it. So the main thing I'm talking about in this video is really essential tips to help you guys out when you guys get the game, or if you guys are looking into the game, or just tips in general, just for those who are curious about the game and who might want to pick it up and not too sure yet. And just in case we do, these are the tips for you guys, essentially. So, starting off with number one, I think the main thing that you guys have to really take into consideration is that this game is considering on what you play, and most people gravitated towards in the closed alpha, was the fact that 4v4 dominion. So it's a 4v4, teams 4 versus 4 fight each other against for these capture points, and so it requires a lot of teamwork. And so the main thing that a lot of people cried about in closed alpha, and I think the first beta, is the fact that you will get 4v1, 3v1, 2v1 consistently all the time. It happens, and that's why revenge is a huge thing that developers have been talking about since the start of when they released the multiplayer footage for the game. And you have to really play with friends is my number one essential tip to really get an okay feel for the game and not be so pissed. Now, and a lot of people may not have the resources, or may not say, how do you, who do you know that you can just, go up to and just, it's hard to find people and stuff like that with mics. So if you guys are on PlayStation or Xbox, there is I'm not sure about Xbox, but on PlayStation there is communities on PlayStation, your actual PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 3, whatever. You can actually go, and there's a section for communities, and there you should be able to search up For Honor, and there should be a couple communities, and definitely look and say, hey guys, do you have a mic, do you have whatever, and you'll have a post on the community, someone will write you back, and there you go, you got somebody you can play with. Now, obviously, you might not have the best team or whatever. That doesn't really matter, but at its core, playing with friends in this game, I think, made it so much easier to really have and enjoy this game a lot more better. And from a teamwork and communication standpoint, and just from an overall fun, just playing with friends standpoint. And I actually have a couple squads that I'll be playing with when I play this game for sure when it goes live. And I think 4v4s is the death of me, or death of a lot of people, in the sense that if you play solo, it's gonna trigger and get people so mad. And I highly with this tip say, get on whatever platform, make sure you get into a community, find somebody with a mic, find a squad, play 4v4s, and definitely you guys will enjoy the game so much drastically. So tip number 2, essential tip, is take your time and practice with AI. Now, when I first started the game, I did the tutorial. It was very simple, very basic, straightforward. Showed you how to lock on, showed you how to attack, showed you how to do heavy, light, guard breaks, from running, slashing, all that good stuff, how to capture modes in 4v4s. So with that said, right, very straightforward, very basic. Now, for someone like me, I would say I am almost going into the intermediate kind of skill place, from basic, intermediate to advanced. I think I'm like almost going to intermediate. I've had a lot of time playing the beta, so I'm almost into that section or that category. And I played against people who've been playing the games for nonstop for the 3-day weekend, or 3 days that the closed alpha was out. And I've seen somebody who I'm now friends with, when I dueled them in a 1v1, they were level they were prestige or prestige 2 in the game already, and they had a high rank of armor and weapons. They had a high rank, so their weapons and stats were insanely like in the 70s. So I faced this guy. I was getting really pissed off, but I was getting really excited because of the fact that I was a low level, and not only really low level, but I wasn't really up to where his level was, and I was able to almost beat him. We were at first I beat him the first round, then he beat me 2 rounds, and I beat him 1 round. And then we were on our last round to get to the last. We were 2v2. He had a score of 2, I had a score of 2, and we were about to. I was about to prevail and win, and then eventually he was able to knock me out and kill me. But the great thing about it was the fact that I was able to almost win against him in a sense. And that was one of the greatest feelings. And I think a lot of you guys will get that sense when you start playing the game. It was a great almost accomplishment. And instead of raging and saying, "Oh, you're trash," or this and mention him, I said, "Wow, you're a really great player." Added him, and now that's the guy I'll be playing with when the game fully comes out. I actually have a good teammate to play with. So, with that said, so you have to go in high expectation with this game, knowing that you're not going to be the most skilled. You're not going to be doing great as soon as you start the game. It's going to take hours and hours and hours for you to get really good at the game, and just get used to the fact that there's going to be people better out there, who's better out there already. People who, as soon as the game comes out, there's going to be people who's not going to play the game for nonstop and probably hit level second, third prestige already, and that's just something that tends to happen. And there's no, you know, and those are going to be the most experienced, or those are going to, know what's gonna happen next, how good your movements, how their movements, and if they play one hero, yeah, they are at a disadvantage kind of just because they don't know the other movesets of the other characters in the game. So you got to think about that. And ultimately, I think it's a good thing that you do main a character, but learn to put some hours into other characters as well, just to be familiar with them and know when you're fighting against them what their moveset is, what you're up against. The more you know what you're up against, the more you're able to counter and able to destroy your enemy, your opponent, and really rain on them is ultimately the gist of learning to play with other characters in this game and just knowing how how they are. So that's the main thing about this game, which is really cool, and it reminds me of Overwatch, is that there's a lot of skill to it. There is a lot of skill to it. If I'm playing Conqueror, another person playing Conqueror, you got to know, like, hey, this person is going to destroy me if he's been putting hours and hours, and you can tell by the prestige level they are and how much they rank in their armor and weapons. And so, honestly, it doesn't always mean you're going to lose, but it's always good to go against people like that so you know what to expect, to how to get better, how to, fight someone who's very advanced or intermediate, and you'll know what they're doing, what their strengths is, what's their strategy when they come into approaching into the fight. So that's that's my second huge tip. And third tip is just really like, and this goes along with the second tip, is more of just analyze what your opponents are doing in battle. Analyze what they're doing, and just know that have a good good player gesture, have a good attitude about the game when you lose, about when you win. All opinions really, or any moments, just know that it's always better to go in with the mindset of like you're not the best, and know that you're gonna get better, but it comes with time. And just know what your opponents are doing, what their movesets are, what they're always doing, so you can recognize it and start guarding against it. If someone's guard breaking you, guard break them and do guard break cancel. If somebody's hitting you from afar, runs in and hits you, know where their stance is, where they're gonna hit you, so you can block it in that way. Somebody has high range, wait for them to come to you, and you guard break and you go and destroy them. So these are my three essential tips to playing this game. Play with friends. Just so recap is play with friends, have a good attitude, and expect that you're not going to be the best player. And third, analyze how people are playing and play with majority of the characters. You don't have to put them all just, every day play every single character to put, so many hours into it. My thing is main a character and just like play on a regular basis, kind of like with every other character, so you know what to expect and what people are playing and what, new you know, things and combos that are coming up, and definitely YouTube this and see what combos and strats are coming up on the meta for the game when the game comes out. So these are my essential tips for you guys to really get into the game and learn it and try to be any if successful in the game. And just it's gonna be a hard game to adjust to, but it's definitely worth it because it's high skill gap. It's a lot of fun, brutality, executions, a lot of teamwork. It's an amazing game. So just going with these tips and you guys will do fine. So thanks guys for watching this video. Leave a thumbs up for your boy Wisdom. Subscribe, share this video so we can get people knowing about this and get their information in them and let them know this game is not as easy as it seems. It's more difficult, but it's fun at the same time. It's a super fun game. So like I said, subscribe if you guys are new to the channel, and thank you guys again for watching. And like always, I will see you in the next video, guys.
They hit 1,000, it's like the shit on because they get shit too.
You lost zone A.
Need help, do you? One on me.
I just hit this dude.
You captured zone C.
Are you fucking joking me, bro? How are you? Dude, this dude is charging me, bro. Where, like... Let's go! Where you at? Where y'all at? Where you at? See?
Got one.
I got this one. We got him. These are the last two right here. Got him.
Got him.
Let's go. You saw me fuck that one up and then you bombed him. Goodbye.